Hi, Stallions. Today's lesson is going to be a review of how to write a how-to. You guys have learned this before, so I know you're really good at it, but I'm going to show you how you can use what you've learned with writing and how to use it in your new task using goods and services. So my how-to today is about saving money. So our learning goal is I can write a sequence of instructions. First, I need to start thinking about how to save money for something I really want or need. My title for this how-to is Saving Money. You need to make sure your name is on your paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put my name on mine, Mrs. Staff. Then the next thing I need to think about are the materials. What materials would I need to save money? Well, I know I'm going to hopefully have money because I'm going to be saving it. I need a piggy bank or something I can put my money in, but I also need some motivation. Now that's not an actual object, that's like a feeling inside. I need to make sure I'm motivated to save my money because it's hard to do. I also need to make sure I have hard work. You can't earn money without putting in hard work. Then, now that I've had all my materials listed, I can start to think about my plan. Well, let's take a closer look at the plan. First, in order to save money, you must work hard to earn it. You have to be motivated to save. Saving money is hard to do. Is there something you want to save for? Step 2. Then you have to get a piggy bank to keep the money you save. It's good to have a safe place to keep your money. Grown-ups usually keep their money in the bank. Step 3. Last, once you have saved enough money, you can go spend it. You can spend it on a good or a service. What would you spend your saved money on? All right, boys and girls, so I've kind of written some steps about ways I need to save money and how I need to do it. So I want to make sure when you write your plan in your portfolio, you use your transition words. I've circled the ones I used, first, then, and last. Also, to make my writing sound a little bit better, I put in some details. For my first step, I didn't just say you have to work hard to earn your money. I also added a detail about being motivated. In my second step, I even gave you a little detail about how grown-ups save and how they keep their money in the bank. And then finally, in my last step, I added about how you can spend your money. You can spend it on a good or a service. We've learned how to use transitions and add details. And I know you've been practicing getting your reader's attention. So if you noticed in my step 1, the last sentence I wrote was a question. Is there something you want to save for? Now, didn't that get you thinking a little bit as you were reading my plan? Notice in step 3, I also added another question at the end. What would you spend your saved money on? Boys and girls, good writers use details and ask questions in their writing to keep their readers' attention. You want your writing to be exciting. And for your business plan, you want to make sure you have a lot of details so that you end up with a very good product. Let's take a look at our exit ticket, okay? You need to be thinking, if you have not already yet decided, if you're creating a good or a service. For your exit ticket, in your priceless portfolio, you need to start writing your production plan. Be sure to include the type of product you will create and list the materials you will need. There's space provided for your materials here, and you can write your steps in here. You can also draw a little sketch in the boxes here. Even though I didn't do that on mine, you're welcome to do it on yours. Don't forget to have your name at the top and what type of product you have. Are you creating a good or a service? Good luck, Stallions!